The Sword and Shield block has brought us some of the most amazing sets and some of the most beautiful artwork we've ever seen.
And here we are at the pinnacle.
Crown Zenith Master Set. All right, and as always, we start with all of our grass Pokemon. Look at that, regular and reverse.
Next page, we're still on grass type Pokemon as we come up on our first ultra rare of the set as Leafeon V and then the Leafeon V Star.
All right, then we start with our fire, and what better way to usher in fire than with Charizard? And if you notice, these are both the same artworks that we got in Brilliant Stars, but the V Star gets a little bit of an enhancement with its artwork, so a little bit different there. We've got the Radiant Charizard and our Holo Entei, leading into Simisear V and V-Star there.
As we keep going, we get into our water type Pokemon. No ultra rares on this page right here, so we'll move on to the next page. And we come across our Kyogre V and our Glaceon V.
Then we move on to the cute Pokemon. We got the Shinx, the Luxio, and the Luxray, and we've got the Rotom and the Rotom V-Star.
As we keep moving on down the list, we have a Radiant Charjabug right there, that nice little red Charjabug. And we have Zeraora V, VMAX, and V-Star right here, the whole trio.
Very cool cards. And then we move on to our Psychic type. So we have the Mew V, which is a reprint from Fusion Strike. And then we get into our Hatterene V and VMAX. So really cool cards there.
As we keep going, we'll let everybody know that we are still using a Voltex 12-pocket binder to store all of our cards.
With gold matte sleeves to match the crown of Crown Zenith. And then we have our dark and our steel type, so nothing too special on that page. Moving on.
Keep moving on, and there's still not much special over here as we get into the mascots of the Sword and Shield era themselves, the Zacian and the Zamazenta, and then they both got a V and a V-Star together. And as we get into our Dragon type Pokemon, what better way to usher them in than with the Rayquaza V and two Rayquaza VMAX, one of them being a reprint from the Evolving Skies artwork that we got in Evolving Skies. And keeping up with the Dragon type Pokemon, we got a reprint of Duraludon V, which was also the same artwork in Evolving Skies.
Can't get enough of that one, huh? All right. And then we have our next Radiant with the Eternatus, which is a very playable card. I don't know because I don't play, but he does. So it's a very good card. And then one of my favorite Eevee artworks actually is the Eevee V.
Very cute Eevee.
Very, very cute. I love the colors behind it, the big eyes, the curiosity, and that little fox, squirrel, whatever it is. Eevee.
So Eevee's in the beginning of the normal type Pokemon, and then we have Regigigas V, the Titan Pokemon himself, and he also gets himself a V-Star in Regigigas V-Star. There's a decent amount of reprinted artworks in this set, the Stoutland V being one of them.
We finish off the page with the Goom Shoes. And then we'll move on to our Chubby Greedent V. Then we got the Wooloo and the Dubwools. And then we start with all of our trainers. So we got the autograph ones. Very cool cards. Nice addition to the set. And
we have some more autograph ones with Hop and Leon, the brothers themselves right there. And then Nessa down there at the bottom.
Very studious. Looks like she's in a library or a coffee shop. Not sure. Then you got Raihan over here just kicking back, looking, I don't know, smug. There we go.
Now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the set. Finishing off our trainers and starting with our full arts, we have Alessa Sparkle, which was the last card we needed to complete the set, which we got in a trade.
Shout out Great Smoky Pokey.
Friends in Hisui is next, and very nice card, the main characters from the Legends Arceus game. Moving forward, we have Friends in Sinnoh, and as you know, that's the Diamond and Pearl games. A new Professor's Research and the Professor Rowan right here.
Looks angry.
We have Bolo, one of the hardest boss battles ever in a Pokemon game.
And one of the rarest cards in Crown Zenith ever.
Lucario
that
V-Star.
Lucario V-Star. I mean, that one was tough, huh?
Which is actually the promo from the ETB.
Then moving on, I really love this page. I'm very excited about the reverse and holo energies.
Those definitely pop off the
page. Super
page.
Excited. I don't know if I'm trying to turn this so that we can maybe get some texture on those, but those are amazing. And finishing off with the Dark and the Steel. And then we've got this adorable Pikachu and the 3 promos from the Bird Tins.
And we have a little bit of extra space when a couple more promos come out, we might as well just fill them in the bottom when they get here.
And starting off our Galarian Gallery, we've got the Hisuian Voltorb. Looks like he's taking a nap under the tree. And then we've got Kricketune putting on some sort of concert for all the Bunnelbees and Shroomish of the forest. I love that one. And this one is just fantastic artwork to me with the Magmortar and the Electivire in some snowy tundra with the fire built. I don't know how that works, but somehow it does. And then this Oricorio is really, really pretty. It reminds me of something very like Spanish style, you know, like he's dancing, the tango, the salsa, he's, you know, something. Then the Lapras I love just looks like, you know, floating around in this icy world.
With a little baby Lapras behind him.
And is that a Pelipper?
Yep.
Woo, all right. And then we've got the Manaphy down here. It looks like, almost like it's getting sucked into some sort of like hole. I don't really know. But Keldeo is one of my favorite arts in the Galarian Gallery. But it's such a cute Pokemon. And then I love the Northern Lights up there in the sky. And then Electivire here, still hanging out with Magmortar. And then Toxtricity, this one is just really cool and colorful. I like this one a lot.
The band right there.
Yeah, they're rocking out. Yeah, oh, yep, there's Rillaboom on the drums. And then this Mew card, one of my favorites from the very beginning, because first of all these Pokemon are super cute. And then just the Mew all snuggled in. It looks like they're all just guarding Mew. And the Cramorant, how can you not love that? And then the Lunatone with the Illumisay and the Volbeat. And this Deoxys just looking like he's flying through the air, messing stuff up.
I like to call that the triple strike Deoxys, and all the items that are floating around him are all the single strike, rapid strike, and fusion strike items cards that we got. First one on this page, we have the Diancie up there in the corner right there. That Diancie, that nice glittering diamond Pokemon.
She's pretty.
We have the lay Pokemon Comfey, bunch of flowers.
Aloha.
We have Solrock kicking it with the Illumise and the Volbeat, and then we have Absol soaking in the sun right there, and the sun is just shining down.
One of my favorites in the set. Such a beautiful card and a beautiful Pokemon.
Second row, we have the Thievul right there, the little burglar Pokemon, looking like he's looking for some mischief right there.
Up to no good.
We have Magnezone working in a factory. And then we have Altaria in a little dollhouse.
A little knitted space. And this was one I was definitely looking forward to seeing when the set was released. Love it.
You have Latias next flying through a clothesline and looks like it got all tangled up. Poor Latias right there. You have sad little Hisuian Goodra in the bottom left corner. Looks like it's playing with a Starly. You have a Numel, but wait, that's not a Numel. That's a Ditto.
That's a Ditto!
You have the Dunsparce invading this poor person's room right here. That's a lot of larvae I would not want to see in my room.
No, it looks like a college dorm room. And then the Miltank there, I mean, enough said. He's sitting down for a picnic. Love him.
Eat some of that Moo Moo cheese.
Yes, I love Miltank and the Moo Moo cheese.
And then we have the Shiny Beaver.
Shiny Beaver. There he is.
The Beaverell himself.
Ay, ay, ay. So after the Babarrel, we did go a little off book and we put all of these 9 cards together because we wanted the picture to be together. So we've got the Riolu, the Swablu, Duskull, the Bidoof ready to chomp on something. Pikachu, of course, in the center of it all, like swinging on his little leaf, being lifted in the air. And Turtwig, Paris, Poochyena, and Mareep all enjoying the show. They all look like they're just here to have fun with Pikachu, all besties. And so then picking it back up, we have the Leafeon V-Star, which is a beautiful, beautiful card. Very muted colors, but so subtle and gorgeous.
Yes. And I guess this would be considered the alt arts of the set, even though they're still the Galar Gallery cards, but this is like where the art really picks it up. Next up, we have the Entei, the freaking Lion King, Pride Rock, howling at the volcano. That just is an epic, epic card.
Taking back his land. Oh, and the Sammy's here, V-Star! One of my favorites from the beginning. The second we pulled it, I was in love. And I think everyone else was too. One of everybody's favorites, I think. Super cute artwork on that one.
That Simisear is very nice. But next up is the Suicune himself walking through this tundra. Looks like he's prancing, like he's walking in, like he owns the place. And that card speaks wonders with all the shooting stars in the background. It is just an amazing card.
For sure. And the Luminion swimming through the fluorescent deep of the ocean. Who knows where he is, but that's a beautiful card. I love that. And of course, obviously the Glaceon V-Star is absolutely gorgeous. Another tundra frozen card, but this majestic being just there. It's fantastic artwork on that one.
Did somebody say Flash? Next we have Flash or this Raikou, and this card definitely speaks to how fast he is running because of just how the artwork is blurred, and that is another amazing card. The three legendary beasts in the back of this binder are absolutely phenomenal, and it's very hard to pick a favorite.
Yes, I kind of go back and forth. Raikou is my favorite. That was my favorite from the beginning, but looking at the other two, it's like, you know, they're just a very close tie for second. So all of them, gorgeous. The Zeraora VMAX is very cute, and I feel like I've never really seen artwork like this on a card. I don't even know how to describe it, but I absolutely love that card. And then the V-Star is absolutely gorgeous as well. So the artwork on these alternate arts, or whatever you want to call them, is fantastic.
Next up, you have the Mewtwo V-Star, which is a lot of people's chase card of the set. It has Charizard in the background, and it's a alternate picture of the Charizard V-Star alternate art that we got in the Charizard UPC. So that's an absolutely epic card. Looks like Mewtwo is about to give him a Shadow Ball or a Side Strike of some sort, and Charizard might see to its end after that battle.
Ooh.
After Mewtwo, we have two more Psychic type Pokemon right here in the Deoxys. Both of them are Deoxys. We have the Deoxys VMAX getting abducted by an Orbeetle VMAX, which is insane if you ask me. And then you have the Deoxys V-Star, which looks like a javelin going through outer space, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, but absolutely epic card as well. Then you have Hatterene VMAX, which is just a gigantic card. You can tell how gigantic it is. It's peeking out over the forest line, and you can see the max raid beams in the background. Next, you have Zacian in the Slumbering Weald right there, wielding its sword in its sword form. Absolutely elegant card. It wouldn't be the end of Sword and Shield without the sword Pokemon.
Makes sense. Moving on to the Drapion V, I was very excited to actually have a clay V card. I thought that was amazing because I love those clay ones. And this Darkrai V-Star is absolutely hands down one of my favorites in the set. I don't know what it is, but like the really light background against like such a dark Pokemon, I think there's something so, it's like such a juxtaposition to it. Like it's almost like, I don't know, he's going home, coming after you at sunrise. I'm not really sure, but there's something very sinister to me about this card, and I absolutely love the artwork.
And it's finally happy to see Darkrai get some love, because in Astral Radiance, it got no love.
Got no love. And then we'll move on to the Samurott V and the Samurott V-Star. Love the V. I like the peacefulness of this lake and the trees and everything. Again, the artwork on these cards is absolutely stunning, and it's great to see it in person, and the texture is unreal. Then we have the Hoopa V, like just laughing and yucking it up in all of his riches, like a Scrooge McDuck swimming through his gold coins.
Next, you have Zamazenta V, also in the Slumbering Weald, but in the other side of the forest right there, and you can just see the pretty colors, the pretty background, the fall leaves and purple tree leaves. That's just absolutely amazing.
I want purple tree leaves.
Titan Pokemon up next, Regigigas V-Star, and it looks like he's pulling
an island
on his back.
Then we've got the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star, which we all need to just be honest, this card is gorgeous. Again, very muted tones in some of these cards, but the beauty is just, it speaks for itself. You know, I'm not normally a fan of golds and browns and bronzes and things, but this and the Leafeon, it's amazing. They look so good. And I just love all the, I know it's not hair, but I always call it hair on a lot of these Pokemon. So it's just, you know, her beautiful hair being blown around in the wind. That's what it looks like to me anyway.
And that rounds off the end of the Pokemon, and now we're on to the full art Galar Gallery trainers. And the first one up is Adaman from the Diamond Clan.
Adaman, what a mighty good man.
There you have it. Sharon's Care up next. Sharon and its Leopard right there. You have Colress Experiment, and boy, does it look like he's about to experiment.
And speaking of beautiful
Cynthia's
hair.
Ambition.
Yeah.
Cynthia, the Sinnoh champion herself, with her Gastrodon out there. Absolutely epic artwork right there.
You know what? There's a lot of great hair on this page, because we're talking about Zoroark. He's like, you know, Chia Pet himself, Regigigas V-Star, and Adaman over here with his emo punk rock look. I mean, totally somebody I would have been into in high school. And then, you know, Colress Experiment with the one little blue streak, and Cynthia's beautiful, beautiful mane. Love it. Great hair.
As we come to our final page, we have Gardenia's Vigor, and she is in the forest in her flower bed watering her plants with her little blossom right beside her. You have Grant hanging out of a tree picking pears right there, and he has a whole bunch of pears in his hand and he's reaching for that last juicy pear.
And then we move on to Irita, who is the leader of the Pearl Clan, and just about everybody's chase card from this set, at least one of them, because there's a lot. And we move on to Melanie, who is a chef who apparently likes to cook snoms. She's got a little snomlet going right here, looks like, wrapped up in the eggs and all ready to go. Then we've got Raihan over here, Roxanne, which is a really cool artwork. And then, of course, the golds.
The golds.
The golds.
The first gold is Palkia, Origin Form Palkia V-Star, and that was actually one that we did not pull ourselves. We had to trade one of the mini Dialgas that we pulled.
Yeah, could not pull the Palkia. But then there is one of our Dialga V-Stars that we had a lot of luck with that one. Seemed to really like me, I think, the Dialga. Didn't, don't know why.
You have Giratina V-Star next, basically the main chase card of the set. I think it's still the most expensive card of the set, but the artwork is absolutely
and the texture
wonderful. There's so much texture going on, and it is just insane. They definitely hooked up Giratina.
Yes, and then finishing it off, what better way than with Arceus V-Star. So this card is simply amazing, as are all of them, but just so much happening in all four of these artwork.
Yeah, this artwork definitely does Arceus justice and puts it at its rightful place on top of Mount Coronet right there. Absolutely epic.
Yeah, last but not least.
And with that, Sword and Shield comes to a close. With so many amazing artworks to choose from, tell us in the comments below, which one is your favorite?
And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button and then watch this video, because that's what YouTube thinks you should watch next.